Hi marketers, welcome back. This is Tej here. In today's video, I want to show you a tutorial of how to use the Hubspot marketing platform. Hubspot, if you don't know, is one of the most powerful CRM platform out there where you can manage all your business functions in one interface. So whether you want to manage your marketing, sales, content management, website, social media, or customer service, you can do it all in this one powerful platform. First thing you need to do is create an account. It's 100% free, no credit card is required. I'm also gonna click continue with Google since I already have an account with HubSpot, so I'm just gonna log back in. Alright, so once you log in, this is what your interface would look like. When you scroll down, you will come to this page, and over here you can see different steps that you can follow to just complete onboarding with HubSpot. So we have already created our account. The next step would be to invite your team member. So if you are in a marketing team and if you're working with multiple people, all you need to do is click invite your team member, and over here you can add their email address and they will receive an invite in their account and they can accept that invite and log back in. So let's say if I want to invite my teammate, I'm just gonna put their email address over here, and next over here you can see a summary of all the permissions, and if that looks good you can click send. The next step would be to add a tracking code to your website. So this is very important if you want to see what visitors are doing on your website and if you want to catch all the details in your database. So I'm gonna click add tracking code, and over here you can see your code and you can click copy, and on the bottom part you can also see the instructions on how to install this code on different platforms. So let's say if you built your website on Wix, you can also click over here where you will find the instructions on how to install the tracking code on your Wix website. So you can just go through it, or if you're working with a team and if you have a developer, you can just pass on this code to them and they'll take care of it. The next task is to import your contacts. I really like the fact that they have created this form because it allows for a beginner to just go through this whole process of using HubSpot in a very seamless manner. So first thing first you need to do is click import contacts. So first thing we need to do is upload our file with contacts over here. If you don't know what formatting you should follow, I recommend you to download the template over here. So when you do that, it should look something like this, and over here you can see the formatting that they are following, and based on that you can input the data. So you can input the first name, last name, and the email address that you have in your document, and then just structure it accordingly. Once that is done, you can take that document and drop it like that, and I'm gonna click next. And over here you have to ensure that all the data is mapped out correctly. So first name over here is Rebecca Carey Santiago, last name is Wang Summers and Burgerland, email address is tagged correctly, phone number is tagged correctly, and so on. Now let's say this is known as favorite ice cream flavors, but it doesn't have any property attached to it. For example, the contact owner does have the tag of contact owner, but this doesn't. So in that case, I'm going to click over here and I will click create a new property, and I'm also going to label this accordingly. So I'll put that as favorite ice cream flavor, and I will select the group. I'm going to put that as contact information, and I'll click next. I'm gonna select the field type as single line text, and then you have to select the visibility. So if you want this property to be visible in forms, pop-up form, bots, and things like that, I don't want it to be visible in the form, so I'll uncheck that and I'll click create. So over here as you go down, you can see that we have tagged this property as the favorite ice cream flavor. So similarly, you got to go through all of the segments and map out each of these properties, and I'll click next. The next thing we want to do is give a name to this import. So I'll put that as master, and I'll click this box over here and I'll click finish import. So now when I click the contacts section over here and I go to the contacts tab, I can see all of my contacts listed over here. Alright, so now that we have added our contact list, we are good to create our first email. So I'm gonna click over here and I'll click create email. And also guys, if you don't want to go through this list and if you want to discover on your own, that's fine as well. But if you want to go through that section, all you need to do is go under the marketing tab over here and click email. And similarly, you'll end up on this page where you can follow through all the steps to create your first email campaign on HubSpot. If you already have an opt-out list, you can also import it over here. But assuming that I don't, I'm just gonna go forward and click create email. Now over here, you're going to see different templates that you can work with when it comes to designing your email. So we have a welcome template, a simple template, promotion template, plain email template, and a newsletter. But for the purpose of this video, I am going to stick to a newsletter template and I'll click that. And this is where all the fun starts. So first thing I'm going to do is change the name of this email. So I'll put that as weekly newsletter. So I changed it to weekly newsletter for skin. And over here, we do have access to different blocks which we can edit and play around with. So it's very simple, easy to do. So let's say if I want to change the company logo, so I can click over here, and on this side, you can get access to different features that you can use to design your logo. So I want to change this image, so I'll just click replace. And over here, you can upload the image into the HubSpot platform. So you can click add image, click upload file, and put the image from your computer into the system. Or you can also click design with Canva, which is a great way to design the logo or any sort of graphics on the go. And I love this feature so much, guys, because I feel I use Canva a lot, and using that with HubSpot just makes my work a lot more easier. So I can just click logo, for instance, and it will direct me to my Canva account, and I can simply just log in. And over here, I can start designing my logo. If you have not used Canva before, that's completely fine. There are a lot of videos out there which shows you how to use this platform, but essentially it's a drag and drop editor when it comes to designing graphics for social media, pamphlets, newsletters, anything you want. So let's say for the purpose of this video, we're going to use this as our example. So we are a company known as Skin. We deal in skincare cosmetics. So I'll use this, I'll click save, and we have our image over here. So I'm just going to select that, and as you can see, our image has been added into our newsletter. You can also add it all text. You can also change the width and the height of this image. So I can go over here and I'll set that as 100 x 100. If you want this to be linked to your website, you can also add the link over here. So I'm just going to add that as www.google.com. And you can also go over here to align it on the left, right, center, whatever you want. And the other thing I want to show you guys is how you can also change the positioning of a certain element within your email campaign, like so. If you want to delete a certain section, just click remove section over here, or you can duplicate it as well. If there are certain elements that you would like to add to your newsletter, you can also go over here and add it accordingly. Now, the next thing I would do is go to the design tab, and I'll make changes to this template as a whole. And this is very simple to do. So first thing I would like to do is change the background color. I want the background color to be like a nice light gray color like that. And I also want to change the body color. So I'm gonna change it to something like that. So it looks nice and clean. Alright, so I went in, I made some changes real quick because I didn't want to bore you guys with how I design everything, but I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse on how to work with different tabs and functions, so you get the idea basically. So next we're going to go under the settings tab, and over here I will select my sender email and my sender name. So my sender name is currently my name itself, and I want to change it. So if you want to do that, you can go under the settings tab and make those changes. Next we have the from address. So just make sure it is the correct from address, and if you want to change it, you can add a different email address as well. Next, you can enter your subject line over here. You can also add a touch of personalization, meaning if you want the first name of your receiver to be reflected on subject line, you can play around with that. So I added my subject line over here, and then I can also add a smiley if I want, and I'm gonna add a personalization text. So I'll select the token as contact, and I'll make sure the first name is reflected on this section. And then we have a default value. Basically, this is the value they will use if they don't have a first name. So I'll put that as blank and I'll click insert. So as you can see, this is what my subject line would reflect like. You can also add a preview text. You can make changes to internal email name. You can also edit the office location over here. So this is going to be reflected on the footer section of your email. So feel free to add the company name, address, city, and various other fun stuff. So HubSpot has this really great tool where it's going to create a text version of your email, which will be sent in case they are not able to deliver, the images in the graphic version of the email. So you can also click customize over here and you can go through it and edit the text version of your email. Once this is good, I can click send and schedule, and over here under the send to section you can select the recipient who are supposed to receive an email. You can also create a new list over here and give this a name. So let's say this is my newsletter subscriber list, and then you can select whether this is going to be an active list or static list. So active list would update over time, static does not get updated. So I'll make sure it is active list in my case. I will click next, and over here you can set different filters to create your own list. So once you've created the list, you can go over here and select that list, and if there are certain contacts you want to exclude, you can go under the don't send to section and just select those contact over here like that. And then we have the sending options. So you have an option to send this email right now, or you can schedule it for a later date. So just click schedule for later, select the date and time when you want this email to be sent out, and that's pretty much it. You can also click the action tab over here and you can click preview just to see how your email would look like for a specific contact. This is a great way to see how your email is being reflected on different devices, which is really cool. Next we have the automation tab over here, and this is a great way to create multiple emails and set them in a certain workflow. And I think this is a great tool as well, just to build your entire email marketing program and to create that consistent relationship with your clients. Once all of that looks good, you can click review and schedule, and over here you can see a summary of everything we have done so far. If this looks good to you, you can click schedule, and as you can see, the email will be sent out on the 30th of this month at 4:57 p.m. Now the other thing I want to show you guys is the analyze section, and this is a great way to see how your emails have performed so far. So over here you can see the number of emails that has been sent, the open rate, the click-through rate, the reply rate, delivery rate, bounce rate, and so much more. I really love the interface. I think it's very clean and very easy to understand, and this data is very useful just to understand how your email content itself is performing and how you can make those changes and improve it for future campaigns. So the next tool I want to talk to you guys through is the ads tool, and this is great because HubSpot would actually help you track and manage all your ads that you're running on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google Ads in one interface. And that's why I actually really love this platform, because there are so many things you can do with it. So to get started, first thing you need to do is connect to an existing ad account. If you don't have an ad account, just click over here to create one. So next I am going to come to this page, and over here you can connect up to 2 ad accounts. So I'm going to connect it to my LinkedIn account, and I already have an ad account with LinkedIn, so I'm just going to select that and I will click connect. Then I will click next. Then over here you have to select the leads that you want it to be synced to your HubSpot account. So I want all the leads that are generated from my LinkedIn ads to be synced over here, so I'll click this. If you want only new leads to be synced to HubSpot, you can select that. So then you have to add a pixel to your website so you can track your visitors and you can re-engage them with the relevant ads out there whenever they are online. And your pixel essentially will be added automatically using your HubSpot tracking code. So I'm going to click over here and I will click my ad account, and I'll click go to ads dashboard, and then I will come to this section. So now that we are good to go, you can create your first ad campaign in the HubSpot itself. So over here you can choose your ad type. So let's say I want to run a lead generation ad only on LinkedIn. So I'll select that and I'll click next. And then you have to select your ad account, my LinkedIn page where this ad will be running, You can also select a LinkedIn campaign group. So I'll just select test 2 for now, and then add an image or video which will be displayed on this section. So I'll click select image or video. So I've added my image over here, and then you can add your text and body copy on this section. You can also go over here and select your call to action. So I can click learn more, and then you can connect it to a lead generation form. If you don't have one, you can just click over here and click and then select create new LinkedIn form. And on this section you can add all the details. So the form name, I'm just gonna leave it like that. You can also enter your headline of details, so new arrivals of skin products, the form fields that you need, your first name, last name, email address, things like that, privacy policy link. And you can also go ahead and edit the thank you page. Make sure the headline, the body, call to action, and the URL is all good to go. Once this looks good, I will click create. Perfect. So as you can see, our ad has been linked to our lead generation form. So that's what the first copy shall look like. And then when somebody clicks over here, learn more, he's going to come to this place where he's going to fill out his information, and then he'll come to this section where he can receive the thank you message. Just for context, please ignore all the information I put in. This is just for demonstration purpose only, so I just wanted to show you guys how everything works, but you get the idea, right? So yeah, so next we have the targeting section, and over here you can select the location that you want to target. So these are the people you want to reach out, because these are like your target audience, right? So over here you can select the location. So I just want to target people who live in Canada, so I'll select that. And over here you can see the audience size as well. You can also click add filter, and you can click personal attributes, and over here you can filter out the audience based on a certain job title, behavior, age range, gender, things like that. So let's say if I want to target people only from 25 to 34, I'll select that and I'll hit save, and that way you can go ahead and filter out all the specifics, so you are only targeting the people who are relevant to your business. So next we have budgets and schedule, and over here you can put in the amount that you want to spend on this ad. So let's say for every day I just want to spend $50, and I can also select the schedule. So I want this ad to run from 28th of December 6:30 till 31st. That's really good. And then I can go under the automation section. So basically every time somebody fills out our form over here, this person will probably get notified that a contact has like filled out a form and things like that. And you can also create a list of lead ad contacts, so that way I know that all of these 10 people, they reached out to me through the ad we run. So I'll name this as lead ad 28th December list, and I'll click create list. So all the contacts that will be generated from this ad will be reflected in this section. Once all of this looks good, I can hit publish. And on this section, you can see the amount that you have spent, the contacts you have generated, the clicks on your ad, the impressions, and various other details. You can also see the CTR, the total contacts, cost per contacts, and a lot of other fun stuff. Alright guys, now I want to show you guys how you can generate amazing landing pages on HubSpot. So to do that, you're going to click get started, and you're going to give a name to your page. So I'll put that as lead generation. So over here we do have different templates to choose from, so go through it, you can play around with it. So let's say for this video, we are basically asking people out there to schedule a demo with us, or like schedule a call with us, so we can just show them how our product works. So I really like this template, so I'll click select template. So similar to how we made changes to the email campaigns, you can actually go in, change the text, play around with images, videos, customize it with different font size, and essentially get a nice landing page ready for your needs. And if you want to add any rich text, images, font, videos, meeting icon, you can do that over here as well. So for this section, I want to add a meeting link to my platform. So you can create your own meeting link, or HubSpot has a really great tool where you can create that link itself in the HubSpot software. So I'm going to click meeting tool over here. Then I'm going to go to this section and I will click get started. So over here you can click create a scheduling page, and if you want to have like a one-on-one meeting, you can select that as well and put in information about the meeting, the date, time, description. You can also select the schedule, so basically when you want this meeting to be run, and you can also have access to various automation tools. So quite amazing, quite comprehensive. I do have a meeting link over here, as you can see, and I want this calendar to be linked on my landing page. And then when I go back, I can see that my HubSpot meeting link is reflected, so I'll just select that. And as you can see, our meeting page is reflected on our landing pages. Really nice and easy, right? So everything's just in one interface. So if you're running an ad and if you want people to book more calls with you, you can direct them to this page, and over here they can just select date and time, and you should be good to go. We also have the setting tabs over here where you can add information such as your page title, page URL, meta description, things like that. You can also click optimize, and over here you do have access to other features just to optimize your landing pages. You also have publishing options, so whether you want to publish this landing page right now or if you want to schedule it for a later date. You can also click preview to see how the landing page would look like. So that's how you can use HubSpot to create amazing landing pages. So next feature I want to talk about is the forms tool. So this is really amazing if you want to create HubSpot forms and if you want to integrate them whether on the website or like a pop-up box or anything like that. So we have different options over here. You can have an embedded form, standalone form, pop-up box, slide in on the left box, and things like that. Over here you can see a preview of what the form shall look like, so when it's popping up from your website like that. You can also customize it by filling out all the information on the left hand corner, so the images, the body text, the headline text, the color, subscribe button, and where the button would be linked to. So I put in an image, a demo text for now. I changed the color as well, and I'm gonna link this button to a non-HubSpot URL. So I want that every time somebody clicks subscribe now, they should be directed to a different link. If you want, you can also click download now if you're providing them a resource material that they can download in their inbox. Next we have the form tab over here. So on this section you can change the fields. So right now we are just collecting the email address of the people. If you want to collect their first name, last name as well, you can just go over here and select first name, and this is what it shall look like. If you want to change the alignment, you can also play around like that. You can also add a body copy. So just to give you an example, when I type it out over here, it's going to be reflected on this section. Next we have the thank you page. So over here you can customize the thank you message. You can also add a button and play around with it. So for this example, let's say I want to add a button that says head to the website. I'm gonna add my text over here, and you can add the link over here as well. Next we have the targeting tab. So over here you can filter out based on different criteria on certain audience that you want to target through the use of this form. So next we have the automation tab over here. So if you want that when this form is submitted, probably your receiver should get like a welcome email or maybe like a downloadable resource or whatever is part of your marketing strategy, you can create that workflow over here itself. So you click create this workflow, and over here you can make those changes. So essentially what's happening over here is that the contact is going to fill out this form and an email will be sent to him. And if you want, you can go over here, you can click actions and edit and select the email that you want to be sent out when a form is filled out. And that's how you can use the automation feature with the form tool. Next we have the preview section. So over here you can see how your form shall look like on different interfaces. The other thing I would recommend you to do, and sorry I missed it, is changing the name of this form. All right, so that looks good, and yeah, that's essentially how you navigate around different features and basically create your own form that you can use on your website. Okay, the next tool I want to talk about is the social tool, and over here you can manage all your social media accounts in one interface. So to do that, you're going to click connect accounts, and then I'm going to select my LinkedIn account. If you have a Facebook and Instagram account, feel free to connect to that, but for the purpose of this video I'll click LinkedIn and I'll click allow, and I'm going to select the LinkedIn pages that I wanted to be integrated with my HubSpot account. So I'm going to use my personal profile and also the company page, and I'm going to click next. And over here you can choose what you get notified about. So if you want to get notifications about all the social activity daily, you can select that. If you need social reports, you can also go over here and get like a monthly report on how your social media is performing. And I'm gonna click done for now. And this is what our interface would look like. So first thing I'm going to do is click create social post. You're going to select the social network you want to get started with. So I'm going to select LinkedIn for now. And over here you can add the text or the copy that you want to publish, and I added a copy over here. Again, excuse me for the bad copy, it's just for demonstration purpose only, so I wanted to show you guys how it works. So essentially I added my text over here. If you want to attach a content or like a video or an image, you can do that as well. So I'm gonna select this image over here. So this looks good to me. You can also add an alt text. Next, you can also select a campaign. So I'm going to create a campaign over here just to organize myself better, so I know why we are posting a certain social media post. Like, is it a part of a certain campaign? Is there a certain strategy behind it? So this is for internal purpose only. So I'll put the name as new product launches. The campaign starts on 1st of December and it ends on 31st of December, and I'll click create. And then I'll put that as a part of my campaign. And then you can go over here and select the date and time when you want this post to go live. So if you want to hit publish now, you can just select that. If you want to schedule it for a later date, you can go in the calendar, select the date and time and click apply. Once all of that looks good, you can click schedule post. And on this interface, you can see under the schedule tab that we have created this content. You can also go under the analyze tool to see the published posts, interaction, clicks, impressions, share, and so much more. You also have a calendar tab over here. So on this section, you can get an insight into all the content that you're posting out. So really nice and amazing tool, very clean interface. I love it so far. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I would really appreciate it if you can like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys in my next one with more HubSpot tutorial. Till then, take care. Bye.